Kulmasuk Mohech, Mama Manik, Nitalwinsi Yopit Shausit Square. My name is Latonian Dunson. My full government name is Latonian Jasmine Dunson. And thank you for joining me for my Nanticoke heritage in Lenape language nest. If you've been following me this far, you know I am now a resident of Cheswold, Delaware, no longer Newark, and no longer Laurel, Delaware. I'm in Cheswold now. Okay? So, thank you for joining me. I'm going to go over the 6 segments of the prayer, and this is the 5th segment. Today's date is June 24, 2025. Anishik Gishalamolkwang Elamiliang Gohomana Wok Gomohomsana Kukana Wok Kohwana Nichanana Wok Kchosamina Wanishi Gishalamolkwang Elamiliang Guhumana Ok Gamuhumsana Kahasana Ok Kuhona Nichanana Ok Kchusamana. Then Nanticoke finally Willian Kishalamokwang Elamiliang Gokumana Wak Gamasomsana Gekana Wak Kosana Nichanana Wak Kachusamana. That's just saying thank you, Creator, for giving us our grandmothers and our grandfathers, our mothers and our fathers, our children and our friends. In this part of the prayer, I get into inherent possessions, are inclusive and exclusive ending ana. Us are conjunct endings onk and enk, and then on, which would mean you. Then we have conjunctions and also, which means walk, and because or for, which means Ellie. Then to my right we have the Nanticoke chart showing those conjunct endings. For my, un for you, t is he or she or someone, because he, she, and someone shares the same ending. Then we have k, which means something or it, ang, which is just r exclusive, and then enk, which is r inclusive, ek, you plural, so like you all, and then tit, they or them. For familial and connection terms, I show us the prefix k, blank, and then the suffix ana, versus the prefix n, blank, and the suffix ana. So they both mean are, but I show you what they look like. The k prefix and the n prefix both meaning are when it has ana at the end. But there is a difference in the usage. So here are some terms that came from myself. Willian, Kokum, Masoms, Kik, Kos, Wak. Here are some terms that came from Wanami, Eli, Mili, Nichan, Chus. Inherent possession prefixes belonging to all. The n prefix meaning my, the k prefix meaning your or you, and then adding ana, r suffix, to mean n prefix blank ana, r exclusive, and k blank ana, which means r inclusive. So this segment of prayer is influenced by Muncie prayer structure, and Wanami Muncie grammar structures in order to reconstruct the Nanticoke prayer. The prayer starts off in personally giving thanks to God, hence saying thank you, or the literal meaning of you do good to me, Willian. After that is one out of the many descriptions of Creator being used. The ending on Creator sets the tone of the prayer to be about all of us present during the prayer. The endings on words to follow further supports this, and all of us and Anna are. So this is what it looks like. You have K prefix blank Anna versus the N prefix blank Anna, and then the blank you're just going to fill in the term. So for example, I put children to fill that blank. So Kanichana, so Kanichanana versus Nichanana. So Nichanana and Kanichanana both mean our children. What is the difference? Kanichana, sorry, I'm speaking too fast and messing up. Well, let me say it properly. Kanichanana is the inclusive possession form for R. So Kanichanana. And that is the inclusive possession form for our children. Keep in the context, a female Muncie woman, Ohwa, also pronounced Chachwe, and Wanami and Mayusque for Nanticoke, is praying for us all. In the collective group being prayed for, Sasha Stone, the original teacher, is telling us that she is praying to Creator for our relations and including herself in the prayer. It is a very communal setting kind of prayer. So this is the Muncie, Delaware version of this segment, the fifth segment. Anishik Kishalmokwang Alumiliang Gohumana Wok Kumohumsuna Kokana Wok Kohuna Nichanana Wok Kchosamina. Thank you, Creator, for giving us our grandmothers and our grandfathers, our mothers and our fathers, our children and our friends. A comparison example would be Yopit Kushalsitskwe, myself, using Nanticoke. Willian Gishalamokwang, praying for us all, versus Willian Gishalamian, praying for myself. I don't have children yet. This is just an example prayer comparison. So you have Wanetko and the three different forms. So I'm just going to say the prayer in the three different forms. Praying for us and then praying for myself. Praying for us inclusive and praying for us exclusive. Willian Gishalamokwang Elimiliang Kokomana Wok Kamasomsana Gekana Wok Kosana Nichanana Wok Kachusamana. Here comes a train. Let me give it a break. Okay, train passed. So, praying for myself, I would say Willian Kishalamian Elimilian Nokamok wak, masomsak, nikak, wak, nosak, nichanak, wak, jusmak. And then praying for us. Exclusive. Willian, Kishnamokwang, Elimiliang, Nokamana, Wak, Masumsana, Nikana, Wak, Nosana, Ganachanana, Wak, Jusamana. So thank you, Creator, for giving us our grandmothers and our grandfathers, our mothers and our fathers, our children and our friends. And then you can see where when I'm talking to God, just praying for myself and about what God gave to me, my blessings, my relatives, I say thank you, Creator, for giving me my grandmothers and my grandfathers, my mothers and my fathers, my children and my friends. Now, Latonian doesn't have any children, have not been pregnant yet. Okay, so yes, I'm just giving an example prayer comparison. Okay, so in historical context, pay close attention to the endings on Creator because there are three. One is used historically in Nanticoke vocabulary by Heckwelder, and the example is here, Gishlamokwang, God, and then that's from that Wolf Clan chief in Canada who was Nanticoke. That was his term. So I give the three comparisons again. Willian, Gishlamokwang, thank you, Creator. Willian, Kishalamian, thank you, Creator. Basically, like, you who created me, you do good to me. Willian, Kishalamokwang, thank you, Creator. So they sound slightly different because the endings changed, because it means different things now. The first one means a being that created us, are inclusive. The second one means you created me. So it's talking about you who created me, God, Creator. And then the last one is saying a being who created us, and that's our exclusive. Kishalamian, you who created me, and then Willian, you do good to me. So when you put that together, Willian, Kishalamian, you do good to me, you who created me. So that's what's really being said. You do good to me, you who created me. So it's pretty deep when I go to the literal meaning, but thank you, Creator, is just that short story. Gishamokwang, or Gishamokwang, the being who created us, and then you have Willian, you do good to me. Now, depending on the ending, whether it's Gishamokwang or Gishamokwang, they both mean our Creator or the being who created us all. Okay? But just the ending difference, just notice one's inclusive, the other one's exclusive. And then I cover some historical terms. Okay? So this is from the informants, from the Wolf Clan members in Canada. Different variations from the Nanticoke and Chumtock, Maryland. And of course we have Jefferson's informant who was unknown. So just speculated that it could have been a chief that he got the information from. And of course you got the Canadian Nanticoke Wolf Clan members, Josiah Hill and Emily Carrier. So I just shows like we have God, and then I put close to your father, and then the historic terms they just have for my father or father. They have good, Gik, life or your mom, and then show you the different variations. Aki, earth or land. Nichan, which means child and daughter, but normally we say it for daughter as well. So Nichan. And then I'm going to cover this one because it's very interesting. So we have Kokum, grandmother, which I've actually adopted that saying from other speakers who are Ojibwe and Cree. Kokum or Kokum, grandmother. But other Nanticoke speakers today maybe, they might say the term that's in Munsee or Wanami. It's up to them. But I say Kokum. Okay? And then they have for child or daughter, Dawn, which means daughter. And then it's interchangeable. So it could be Nichan, as shown with Wanami, Nichan or Dawn. So they both mean daughter, my daughter, Nichan and Dawn. Alright, so that's it for the 5th prayer segment. Once again, the date, my English is getting slurred, but speaking so many languages, yes, so Miss Dunson's getting a little tired. We're getting there. So this is the final segment. Today's date is June 24th, 2025, and I have been going over the prayer that stemmed from Munsee and then Wanami all the way to Nanticoke. Thank you for listening to me this far. I appreciate it. So yeah, Mama Wanik, and take care. See you again.